All right, folks, welcome to The Zone. Today we are discussing the victory from Manchester United versus Liverpool in the FA Cup. Obviously, a little bit late to the party here. Just had a few things to sort out, but we're here and we'll give our thoughts and opinions as always. Okay, so there's two lines of thinking here, isn't there? There's the line of thinking where I am a football fan, I am a Manchester United fan, and my brain goes, we just knocked out Liverpool. We stopped Klopp winning our last trophy at Wembley and blah, blah, blah. Should be over the moon buzzing, and I am. It was a fantastic game. If you just... if you can't enjoy that game, let me explain. If you can't enjoy that game, you're probably not a Manchester United fan. You've got to enjoy that game. Whether you were like me and you were disappointed for pretty much 110 odd minutes of the total, whatever how many minutes there was, 130 or something, you still got to enjoy it. Like, if you can't enjoy that game, then football isn't for you, because that was a superb game. There were a few things that were a bit hit and miss, and there are a few things to talk about. But there's no point being negative on a result like that, because when you're in a tournament and you're in a cup, the main priority is you get through. Okay, it wasn't 120 minutes of sizzling football where we dominated and we're back, right? Regardless of what people want to say, you know, it wasn't amazing in terms of like, whatever you want to call it, like a technical level or whatever, but we're watching football. It's an entertainment sport, and if you didn't find that game entertaining, then I don't really know what to say, to be honest. I had people that don't normally even watch football text me and were like, wow, I bet you enjoyed that game. So yeah, it was a really, really good game, and I'm thoroughly pleased we won. I'll just point out some stuff, have a rough chat, see how we go. So it was a bit of a whirlwind game, right? So we set off, and I think actually for the opening 10 minutes, we were playing, as far as Manchester United goes, we were playing pretty good. We were linking up. I think Kobe Mainu in the first few moments of the game, like first opening 20-30 minutes of the game, Kobe Mainu was just incredible. We took the lead with McTominay, and I think we took a deserved lead. And from that point on, I think naturally we sat back a little bit. We didn't quite go as gung-ho. I'd have liked to have controlled the ball a lot more. I was still. I'll talk you through my frustrations now that we're not. It's not an immediate reaction. There's been a few days. I was getting a bit frustrated at Bruno. He never keeps the ball. Look, I know he runs and he gives everything for the club, but sometimes I just want someone to keep the ball, just to help the overall team out. Just keep the ball for 5 minutes. Rashford, he was playing all right, but the main thing that was bugging me throughout the game was just the Wan-Bissaka Salah combination with Rashford. So Wan-Bissaka, who I really like, by the way, I think is a brilliant player, and I think he's improved his attacking aspect a little bit, and I think he's just a very, very useful member of the squad. If you just need a defender, he's just up there with the best. I'm not quite sure why he gets so much stick. I probably prefer him to Dalot, because I believe there's probably better attacking fullbacks with slightly similar defensive capabilities, whereas there's probably nobody with better capabilities at defending than Wan-Bissaka. However, this is not the video where I'm just going to crap on everybody, because it was an amazing, enjoyable match. And if you can't enjoy that match, well then, yeah, like I say, you need to get your head checked. So, in terms of the game, I think we did really, really well. But there was this moment, which top players do, and top clubs and managers and all of this stuff, where I think they recognised that Mo Salah was been completely pocketed by Wan-Bissaka. Every time Salah got the ball, he went tight on him because Salah was kind of floating around that penalty box area. So it gave permission for Wan-Bissaka to just go tight on him and nick the ball. And after 30 minutes, Salah just decided to go, I'm going to stay out wide. And so he kind of had freedom of the ball there to maybe drive in, maybe pick a pass, maybe do a cross. And obviously, we have a decision there. Does Wan-Bissaka follow him and get tight to him again and go out wide, which then frees up a load of space in the middle? Or does Rashford come back and help? And Rashford never came back and worked hard at all down that side. And I think when you're playing Salah in a cup, you have to respect him and you have to say, okay, it's time to Rashford, you're going to have to work extra hard. If Salah goes wide, you need to cover that because Wan-Bissaka can't be flying over there. What ended up happening for the goal was it was kind of, he wasn't sure whether to go, wasn't sure whether to stay in his position. And then... All right, sorry, I'm back. Just was interrupted there. Yeah, so basically, he kept going wide to Salah, not going wide, did it? Anyway, he got a load of space and they kind of took over the game and they went 2-1. And I think, to be honest, Rashford was probably at fault. I think for the first goal, if I remember correctly, he didn't really track back a lot. He didn't really offer much going forward and he missed quite a few sitters. I think towards the end of the game, like 90 minutes and then the whole half-time extra time period, Scott McTominay was invisible. Mason Mount was invisible when he came on. I think Garnacho, I like him. I don't think he's amazing, but he's really useful for the team and he's a great player. But I don't think he's like the left winger for Manchester United forever unless he goes up a level, which he can do because he's a young player. But he's definitely worth keeping and stuff like that. Bruno was good this game because despite all of his erratic passing and blah, 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 if he hadn't have been who he was, he probably moaned, he wouldn't have gone into centre-back, you know, and done all of that stuff that ultimately allowed us to win the game. But if we're looking like at a, what's the word, like a technical look at the game, it's pointless. I think we ended the pitch with just like no centre-backs, no nothing. There's nothing really to build on there. It was just total vibes and just, yeah, passion and whatever you want to call it. It was great. I wish Old Trafford was like that all the time, but unfortunately it's just not. It's a bit touristy. It's hard to get tickets, ballots, all of that stuff. I'd love to go to all the games, but can't get tickets. I just think it was a phenomenal game, as in just like a one-off game. It was just brilliant to watch. It was up there with like Paris. I'm not going to analyse it too much. I thought it was a very, very enjoyable game. I will say Højlund got no service, literally none. We have to work on that. Like, even if you went out and bought, I don't know, make up a striker, Haaland or something, like, if you don't get him the ball, they're not going to score, so I have to work on that. There's not really too much to build on. It was just a balmy game, a very fun, balmy game.